मैम आप डिस्कनेक्ट हो गई हैं। आगे में स्टार्ट इंट्रोडक्शन प्लीज।
Good afternoon to all. It is indeed an honor and privilege to introduce today's esteemed resource person, Madam Asia Sultana, Professor in the Department of Ilaj-Bit-Tadbeer, Aligarh Muslim University. She is an accomplished scholar, clinician, teacher, researcher, and administrator who has dedicated more than 2 decades of her life to the advancement of the Unani system of medicine. Professor Sultana obtained her Bachelor of Unani Medicine and Surgery degree in 1996 and MD in 2001 from the prestigious Aligarh Muslim University. During her academic journey, she also pursued her specialization in Amraj-e-Niswan at Ajmal Khan Tippia College, Aligarh Muslim University, and was selected as a lecturer in Jamia Hamdard University in 2002. Since then, she has been deeply engaged in teaching undergraduate and postgraduate students, conducting clinical research, and practicing the holistic principles of Unani medicine with dedication. Her first area of work includes the management of non-communicable and lifestyle diseases and promoting multidisciplinary clinical research. She has guided several postgraduate theses and designed protocols for many observational and interventional studies. She has also been actively associated with research programs of national interest in collaboration with the Central Council for Research in Unani Medicine. Professor Sultana's contribution to literature include a significant number of research publications in reputed journals and 2 popular books that are widely appreciated. Her scholarly expertise was recognized by the World Health Organization, where she worked as a subject expert for the project on standard Unani medical technology, later published by Central Council for Research in Unani Medicine. She also serves on the editorial boards of the academical journals, including JME, and has been instrumental in contributing to the OIS portal, preparing audiovisual educational materials to spread awareness about Unani medicine among the general public. Her administrative capabilities are equally commendable. She has served as assistant provost at Jamia Hamdard and has worked in collaboration with NGOs for healthcare programs, particularly focusing on the weaker section of the society. Furthermore, her popularity extends to the mass media, where she has been a regular invitee on television and All India radio as a Unani medical expert, benefiting thousands of listeners and viewers. In recognition of her outstanding contributions, she has been honored with the Distinguished Service Award. So today we have a versatile personality with us. Madam, on behalf of the Crescent College and the participants of various states, I wholeheartedly welcome you, ma'am. We know only about the allopathy, homeopathy, and naturopathy. Now, today you are going to open up our eyes about the Unani medicine. We are very eager to listen your session, ma'am. Thank you for one and all.
Hello, am I audible to all of you?
Yes, madam.
So to start with, I express my deep sense of gratitude to Maktuma Madam, Crescent College, for this warm welcome and warm introduction. And look forward to talk to you, to the teachers from diverse background. I suppose you are from different colleges of India. Am I right? And as I know that this program is related with the Indian knowledge system. So today we will talk of, am I audible to all of you?
Audible, ma'am.
Okay, I request you to
But
please
your
say,
face is not.
to nod and to just say yes, so that I can, I know that I am audible, and if connection goes out, then I should be, aware about the connectivity also. So that today's deliberation, we will discuss about the holistic health in Indian knowledge system. Myself, Asya Sultana, I'm not that, repute, as Madam has told me. I'm a very common and very, basic in my knowledge. But whatever knowledge I have gathered since my career, I started my career in 2002. So I just want to share it with you in a very practical manner, in a very, relatable manner. Department, right now I am also serving as a chairperson of Department of Ilaj-Bit-Tadbeer. So to explain to you regarding what this department is all about, our department is a bifurcation, or you can say a super specialty of medicine, of Unani system of medicine that deals with the lifestyle disorders. So it is sort of a physical medicine, and we deal with all kind of lifestyle disorders that we are witnessing to be on rise in our country at large, like diabetes is there, the hypertension is there, and liver disorders, cardiac problems, infertility problems, and many other mental health issues. So to start with, let me say a few words about the incredibility of our country. Our country is very not only beautiful in simpler words, but it has a beauty of pluralism. India is very much unique, very much different from other countries, because it carries it. The culture of pluralism is here. The pluralism in every way, because in lingual pluralism, in cultural pluralism, in eating habits, diverse kind of eating habits, and similar is the health system. Healthcare system is also of very pluralistic and different kind of medical system prevails here. So we have, all of you must be knowing that we have, apart from the allopathic system of medicine, we have established Ministry of Ayush, Ayurveda, Yoga, Unani, and Siddha. So this, having all very comprehensive sort of holistic healthcare, we are very fortunate also, and we are very comprehensive in addressing the health issues and in addressing the maintenance of health in a very united and in a very complementary way. So alternative medicine, or as it is known from the complementary and alternative medicine, it goes as the Unani system of medicine is basically, it thrives on a concept of holism. All Indian system of medicine, whether it is Ayurveda or Siddha or Unani, all system of medicine, they promote, or there is advocacy for holism, and all aspect of health is considered. In contrast to the modern system of medicine, where they have a very reductionist approach. They focus on a very specific point, whereas as the physician of holistic system of medicine or Indian knowledge system, we focus on the health as a whole in a holistic manner. And what does it mean in a holistic manner? That we take into account every minute detail of the patient while managing his any problem or maintaining health. So in other words, we can say that the approach of Unani system of medicine, we are very patient centric. We focus on the person, whereas other system like allopathic system of medicine, the difference being is they focus on the disease, so they have a disease centric approach, whereas Indian system of medicine, they have a very patient centric. And that is why it is said that there is no disease but a patient. What does it mean to say? Having said this, it means that it is only the person who catches the disease. Until and unless the person is not susceptible, is not on the is not accepting the disease cannot happen. So there is no patient but a person. Means if the person becomes weak, if the person becomes acceptable to diseases, only then diseases can happen. Otherwise, a lot of diseases, a lot of bacteria, a lot of pathogens are roaming around in the environment, but not everyone is catching. So those who are weaker from inside, and this emphasizes, and this underscores the importance of the internal constitution of the person, that how strong anyone from inside. And in our term, we called it as the medicatrix naturae or the physis, जिसे हम कहते हैं कि तबीयत हमारी. So this तबीयत is considered as the main preventive tool which we are born with. And this तबीयत, we as a physician, we need to facilitate this physis or तबीयत. We have to keep this tabiyat or the internal constitution strong in order to keep the diseases at bay. Otherwise, whenever the person becomes weak for any reason, like for malnutrition, for poor, environmental conditions, pollution, any mental problem from inside, so the body becomes weak, and it is the where when the body becomes weak, diseases can happen. Until and unless the person is strong and is very, not susceptible to accept diseases, no disease can happen. And that is why we are very patient centric, and we believe and we can advocate the holistic health. So holistic health considers health in totality. Not only health is having a very far more deeper, more wider meaning apart from merely the absence of disease. If person is not diseased, if person is not having a disease, he or she might not be having health. So having health is something very different and very much more than not merely being sick. So it encompasses on the connection between mind, body, and spirit. So having holistic approach means to have all these three components of health in harmony and in balance. Therefore, we can say the person is holistically fit and holistically healthy. So it includes everyday choices that we make, whether it is about our sleeping habit, about the level of activity, or about our eating choices. Everything has impact on the health. So it includes everyday choice, and that these everyday choices makes our lifestyle or habit. So what we do every day is our habit, and this habit is going to affect our health in a holistic manner. So everyday choices and minute details of person's routine and interaction between man and environment is the cornerstone of holistic health. And it is very rightly said that whole is greater than the sum of its parts. ये मीन्स अगर हम इन कंपोनेंट्स को अलग अलग रख दें और इनको अलग अलग अगर इनको ऐड करें, तो दैट डजंट मीन कि ये होल होगा. होल इज something much more than the sum of its parts, because when these three components are juxtaposed or kept together and then interplay, how they are interacting with each other, this makes the holistic wellness. So whole is always greater than the sum of its parts. The approach of holistic health is inclusive approach to life that requires perception of an individual as an integrative system rather than one or more separate parts. Let me give you an example. For example, if there is pain in our tooth, there is toothache, daant mein dard hai, then the entire body becomes sick. If there is a pain in our little finger, then we feel this, the pain, the whole body feels pain, and there might be some generalized symptoms like fever and lethargy and body pain. Otherwise, there's only, the problem is only with the one part of the body. So it means all the parts of the body, they work in integrative manner. So inclusive approach of life that requires perception of the individual, not as in segregated part, but as an integrative system rather than one or more separate parts. It recognizes the social, spiritual, emotional, economic, and environmental, and even the political influence on the health. Everything that we are, interacting with, or we are going through, any aspect is going to impact our health, and that is that will also be a denominator of our health. It is also determinant of our health. अगर हम कभी अपना हमारा कुछ सामान खो जाए, or we are not mentally relaxed for any reason, for someone, some loved one is sick at home, back at home, so we may not be feel like to work. So that is why every aspect of patient's life is very important and is ultimately impacting on the overall health status, and that we have to take into consideration or into account while we are treating diseases. The Socrates, or what we call Socrates, the great Greek philosopher, he was a proponent of holistic health in 4th century BC, and the part can never be well unless the whole body is well. So he said that one part cannot, it's never possible that one part is very healthy and the other part is sick. If your mind is not at rest, your body also will not be feeling well. So there is a very integrated and interrelated and interdependent connection of different aspects of body, different parts of the body and mind and spirit. Everything works in collaboration, and then that the sum total effect of every part, then it determines the health. So he says that one part can never be well unless the whole part is well. The principles of holistic health are very much clear. All people have innate healing power. Number one point is that everyone who is born is born with the capacity of being healthy. And that is the innate healing power. और देखते हैं कि हम लोग बहुत बीमार हो जाते हैं, खुद से भी ठीक हो जाते हैं. The classical example of this innate healing power is very much, it suits with the liver. हमारा liver जो है, it is subjected to different kind of threats. What we take in the form of food, what we take in the form of medicine, it definitely affects the liver, because everything is metabolized. What we take orally, हम जो भी खाते हैं दवा या खाना, it ultimately has to metabolize through liver. So liver is all constantly being subjected to different kind of threats, and definitely everything which is having an effect must be having a side effect. अगर आपने दर्द की दवा भी खाई, simple क्रोसिन खाई, it is going to impact your liver. But liver is being given a very special power of regeneration. It regenerates, it heals itself without any medicine. So this is a natural innate healing power that everyone is born with. So this is we have to appreciate as a principle of holistic health, that everyone has an innate healing power. Number two is focus on the patient. As I told, that we have patient-centric approach rather than a disease-centric approach. Then active partnership between doctor and the physician, because it's not always a doctor who can do miracle. It is also a very coordinated approach with the doctor and the patient. That person can sustain health and can maintain health, or can restore health if it is lost. So partnership between doctor and patient is also required. And address, because अगर आप patient को बोले कि ये खाना है, ये नहीं खाना है, and if patient is not complying with, then this definitely this partnership has to be there to have a holistic health and addresses all aspects of patient's life using a variety of healthcare practices, and states that health is more than just not being sick. Close to nature, Unani system of medicine has several philosophers like Hippocrates, he's the father of medicine, then Galen, all are, they gave so many basic concepts from which modern system of medicine evolved, and traditional system being practiced in Indian subcontinent based on the teaching of these great philosophers. All the philosophers, irrespective of the era of their school of thought, they emphasizes on primitive, curative, and rehabilitative healthcare. Also takes into account the whole personality rather than the reductionist approach of as they take in modern system of medicine, and developed into an elaborate medical system by Arabian physicians, Persian physicians, and then in collaboration with Indian. So it believes that equilibrium or balance of natural body humors is the prerequisite of health, and whenever there is any kind of disharmony or imbalance in the quality or quantity of these humors, it leads to diseases. So the ultimate goal or the ultimate task for the physician is to restore the balance between all these body humors to stay in health or to regain health. Traditional system of medicine gives great importance to prevention of diseases and promotion of health by facilitating this internal innate power. It is said that prevention is always better than cure. So reinforcement and strengthening of this medicatrix naturae is definitely a step towards prevention and precaution and maintaining health. And so Unani system of medicine disregards the pathogens to be the primary cause of disease. They are the primary cause of disease, but the weakness or the susceptibility of the individual is the primary cause of disease, and pathogens becomes laterwards. They come laterwards. So no disease can happen if this internal constitution is strong. हम इसको इम्यूनिटी भी कहते हैं, इस इंटरनल कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन को इन कॉमन पार्लेंस वी आल्सो से कि इम्यूनिटी, कहते हैं कि इम्यूनिटी कमजोर हो गई है तो कोई भी इन्फेक्शन हो जाएगा. फॉर एग्जांपल फंगल इन्फेक्शंस, skin infections are more common in people who have very poor immunity, and strong body doesn't allow any fungus to grow. Therefore, fungus is is known as a opportunist parasites. They infect or they affect those who are weak. Therefore, one has to take care, special, consideration of the health status, and never let the body weak. And how can body remain strong? By following a very disciplined life that we are going to talk about. That we must lead to a very disciplined life. We must lead a life which is close to nature, which is very we are born with, we are accustomed with. And this kind of system that we were used to centuries back. Because in the name of industrialization, in the name of modernization, we have adopted a very unhealthy lifestyle, and therefore diseases which were not common earlier, now they are on horizon. Very new infective agents, newer diseases are coming to the knowledge, and they're coming to infect human beings. And some are the kind of pathogens that no any disease has been, any drug has been discovered yet. So how to strengthen this tabiat? There are 6 essential factors that we call as asbab sitta. Zaruri sitta in Arabic means 6. So these are the 6 essential factors which are very much important, and they are the prerequisite for tailoring and the management of any disease, especially lifestyle disorders, irrespective of any cause. These essential factors are, number one is fresh air, good and fresh air, because if there is pollution, air doesn't mean that the ambient air where we are surrounded by and we breathe in. Abnormal state of air aggravates many diseases. You must be aware about bronchitis and very, free from pollution. What we drink and eat. So if we are prescribed some medicine, we want to know, and we are very much bothered about what kind of medicine is it. कई बार हमारे concept होता है कि गर्म तो नहीं है, ठंडा तो नहीं है, ये हमें नुकसान करेगा, but we never think of eating any sort of food, any sort of recipe from we get from any an external source. We never bother what is happening with when we take this food. The body is a reflection of what we eat and is directly influenced by oral intake. So we हम खाते हैं अपने मुंह से, that is ultimately affecting our body, and it favors the concept of Mediterranean diet. Mediterranean diet के बारे में आजकल बहुत कहा जा रहा है कि जो इंडिया में प्रॉब्लम्स हो रही हैं, खासकर मेटाबॉलिक डिजीज हो रही हैं, जैसे कि डायबिटीज है, हाइपरटेंशन है, thyroid की problems है, liver disorders है. So we have to revisit our eating habits. We have to see that what we have been eating is not fit for the type of lifestyle that we are following. Earlier we used to a lot of physical work, we used to sleep very early, and we used to wake up at a very fixed time, but these things are not same. So when things are not same, how can we eat the same kind of food? So we have to see that we the kind of food that we are eating must be in agreement with what kind of physical work we are doing, and therefore it is a very important factor. The third factor is body movement. Everyone has become very, they are very lethargic, don't want to come out of the comfort zone, and thanks to Swiggy and Zomato and Blinkit, that they don't allow us to even go to the adjacent shop in the nearby area. Everything is just a click away. So the physical activity is becoming less and less every day, and to maintain perfect health and good trim, adequate exercise and rest is very important. So we have to strike a fine balance between the exercise and the amount of rest that we take. If we want our body to stay healthy, then we have to move. Joints to bane, body to bane, move karne ke liye hai. If we don't move our joints and body, ultimately what will happen? We are abusing our body. And those who have appreciated, the early we accept this and appreciate this, the better it is. The fourth important factor is mental activity and repose. Psych and soma are inseparable. Psych means body, and psych means brain, and soma means body. So these mind and body are not separate entities, but they are inseparable. So one is affected, the other is definitely is likely and is bound to be affected. So different emotional traits have considerable bearing on health. There are several products available in the form of medicine or in the form of daily use items, where they are thymoleptics or accelerants, that is, they are the mood elevators. So well recognized role of psychological factors in chronic cosmetic problems is the proof that one has to take care of the mental activity, and therefore reassurance and counseling and the psychological counseling is also very important. The fifth important factor is sleep and wakefulness. Sleep is also important and wakefulness is also important. And nature has given us two phases of the day. One is night and the other is 24 hours divided into a day and night. So day is made to work and night is made to rest. But in the name of modernization, in the name of urbanization, what is happening? Everyone is staying awake till late night, eating late night, and then getting up late in the morning. So we are grossly abusing our body, because normal slumber and wakefulness in physiological limit is also a determinant of holistic health. हम किस तरह सोते हैं, किस तरह जागते हैं, हमारा फिजिकल एक्टिविटी कैसा है, it has a great impact on our health. And for those who think that let us stay awake and let us do extra work during night hours and we can take sleep during daytime. So let me tell those people thinking this way that hours of the day, 2 hours of the day can never be the same for the 2 hours of the night, because the biochemical environment of our body, the biochemical configuration of our body remains keeps changing, and it doesn't remain same for the whole day. It keeps changing with the time of the day, because the body is different biochemically in the morning and is different in the afternoon and very different in the night. So and accordingly our body respond to all sort of experiences. So in the morning we are very fresh, and that is why if we are not able to solve any task in the night, then we just keep it for the next day. And when we get a fresh in the morning, and the task becomes easy and we can easily solve that. So it means that our body's configuration is very different, our mood is different in different phases of the day. So sleeping during night cannot be compensated by the sleeping during day. One has to take full 6 to 8, adult has to 6 to 8 hours of sleep during night. Otherwise, this is the a good recipe, and it is an open invitation to lifestyle disorders like hypertension, like poor glycemic control, and other obesity. Obesity is becoming an epidemic, and it is the mother of all evils in terms of healthcare. So sleep is an ideal form of wholesome rest. And role of soporiferous regimen. Soporiferous regimens are those regimen which promote normal sleep. अच्छे से नींद आ जाए, जैसे कि मसाज थेरेपी है. So therapeutic massage is very important in terms of addressing the sleep disturbances. So sleep and wakefulness is another important factor, which is the main determinant of holistic health. And sixth factor, the last factor, is evacuation and retention, because what we take has to leave the body, and what we take, the essential part, the important part, has to retain in the body. So ideal body metabolism includes the proper evacuation of the waste materials from the body, as well as the retention of the useful nutrients within the body. So in case, if in either way, if the beneficial things are not retaining in the body, or the wasteful things are not getting eliminated, in both cases body becomes sick and cannot remain healthy. So stimulating natural routes of excretion in the body, like through diaphoresis. Diaphoresis means to induce sweating. पसीना आना बहुत जरूरी है. We always, मैं बताऊं कि we are very much habitual of staying in an air conditioned spaces, whether it is our room, in our office, in our car, in public places, everywhere, centralized AC. So this is very bad thing, because excretion also for something it happens through sweat. So sweating is a blessing, and one has to allow the body to sweat, whether after during exercise, or because insensible loss of sweat takes place when we are not in air conditions. So if we don't allow our body to sweat, ultimately waste materials which are supposed to eliminate through sweat, it still retains in the body, and ultimately causing an n number of diseases. So diaphoresis means allowing the body to perspirate, and diuresis means to urinate and vomiting, and then defecation, all these, and through respiration also. So body के अंदर जो मेटाबॉलिज्म हो रहा है, that is both anabolism and catabolism. Anabolism means formation of useful things in the body. Body building के लिए वो जरूरी है, so it has to retain in the body. And the catabolism, when the waste material is formed in the body, it has to be eliminated out from the body in terms of to keep the body healthy. So both are very much equally important, retention and evacuation. So these are the main 6 components that we have to take account. Number 1 is fresh air. Number 2 is food and drink. Number 3 is body movement and repose. Number 4 is mental activity and repose. Number 5 is sleep and wakefulness. And number 6 is retention and evacuation. So keeping all these 6 things, every disease in general, without any specific cause, the body can be maintained, can be kept in harmony with health. And if health is lost, restoration of health is also achieved by taking these components into account, into consideration. And then talking about the regimenal therapy that I belong to, this regimenal therapy addressing to lifestyle disorders and regarding the restoration of holistic health is the regimenal, that we promote the body. If these factors are not being addressing normally, then we, through different kind of regimen, takes care of these 6 essential factors. A systematic plan of medical treatment, either diet or exercise, tailored for the promotion and restoration of health. So how Unani medicine holds the key for wholesome wellness. So if you talk about lifestyle disorders, this alternative system of medicine is the torchbearer in there. They hold the key when it comes to manage or treat the lifestyle disorders. Holistic health goes beyond conventional healthcare by focusing on the overall well-being, an individual physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, rather than treating the diseases. So physical health, mental health, emotional balance, spiritual wellness, and social health, all components, if we are very much fit, the indices through laboratory investigations are very perfect, but socially the person is not socially very active and not social, then definitely community connections and supportive relationships are missing, and therefore the person cannot remain healthy. So this is one example of not taking one component into account. So everything is very much important at space. Unlike conventional healthcare, which primarily treats symptoms and diseases, holistic health aims for long-term wellness through lifestyle changes, alternative therapies like yoga, in Ayurveda, and acupuncture, and preventive care. So conventional medicine is a complementary medicine integrated with allopathic system of medicine, and all are, as I told you earlier in the beginning, that allopathy, Ayurveda, homeopathy, and Unani, they come under the umbrella of conventional or complementary medicine for the sake of preventing lifestyle disorders. Now I'm talking of some specific regimen that we perform as biopurifactory procedures. So it is one of the cupping therapy. There are several practices in Unani system of medicine that help promoting and fostering holistic health. So one is hijama. You must be aware about it because this is the much more talked about topic these days. The cupping therapy or hijama, internationally it is gaining popularity because it is an infallible biopurifactory procedure promoting homeostasis and humoral equilibrium, and it has myriad health issues for its pleiotropic action. Hijama refers to a Unani mode of treatment which is carried out by creating a partial vacuum in the cupping glasses placed on the body surface by means of heat or suction, or in order to either evacuate the morbid material. So the morbid materials or the waste materials are being eliminated out, or at least diverted from the important part of the body to the less important part, or to divert it for its removal laterwards from a diseased part, or to enhance the blood properties. Urological means blood properties. So it purifies the blood. In simple terms, we can say that it purifies the blood. And blood is or running through our body through different parts. So if it is very much likely to get infected or to get imbalanced. So through this evacuation procedure, we tend to purify the blood and preventing and treat so many diseases. So JAMA is two type. That is in one procedure we only apply massage therapy sort of through cups, and the other we do this creation of vacuum by applying suction on a particular part of the skin. And sometime what we do, we give a small incision and evacuate. Some blood is evacuated out, which we consider as morbid blood. So how it affects, it provides a very unique sense of pain inhibition or antinociception. That is also a tool for pain management and additive analgesia and treatment of several comorbid. For example, if person is afflicted with arthritis, which is a chronic condition. So by addressing this arthritis through cupping therapy, it not only suppresses the pain or cures the pain, it also prevents anxiety and depression, and these kind of conditions are very much likely to occur whenever there is a chronic frailty, chronic disease. जब भी कभी कोई बीमारी बहुत लंबे टाइम तक रहेगी तो पेशेंट जो है साइकोसोमैटिक हो जाता है, उसको बहुत ज्यादा साइकोलॉजिकल implications भी आते हैं. So as a multimodal component, we have to see the psychological aspect also. So hijama is, along with pain relieving effect, so it has also got positive impact on the mental health by addressing anxiety and depression. Let me cut short. It affects lymphatic system के बारे में मैं आपको थोड़ा सा बताऊं कि हमारे जो बॉडी में lymphatic system है, it is concerned with the immunity, because it is the body's defense mechanism both at cellular level and humoral level, and it filters out bacteria and antibodies. Hello? And collects fatty globules from the intestine and their transmission through mesenteric glands. So it eliminates the fat globules also. Please mute your mic.
Dappa mattum thana. Powder dappa mattum thana.
Kartika, kindly mute your audio. Kartika madam.
So prevents, please mute your mic. I request you, please mute your mic. It prevents infection from entering blood circulation. So cupping therapy addresses the...
Excuse me, ma'am. Kartika, mute your device, ma. Kartika.
Tanga ulla poiru.
Ma Kartika, mute your device. You are interrupting others.
பெரிய வேலை. பாய் தங்க ஃப்ரீயா இருக்கும்போது இந்த குப்பையெல்லாம் பொறுக்கி வைங்க தங்கம்.
நீ போய் உள்ள போடா.
சாயங்காலம் இப்ப இல்ல வந்துடலாம். அது கரெக்ட் க்ளீன் பண்ணலாம். என்ன?
நான் குமிய மாட்டேங்கத்தி அது பேசு.
Technical person, can you mute that person's mic?
எனக்கு உண்மையாலுமே பேக் பெயின்.
Sir, technical person, please mute Kartika's mic device.
அதான் சொல்றேன். டேய்மே ஒரு புடிய வச்சுக்கோங்க. அங்க சப்போட்டா பழம் காய்ச்சிட்டு இருக்கோம்.
வந்திருந்தாருன்னா என்ன சாப்பிட்டு கிளம்பி போயிருந்தேன்.
யாரு டாடி தானே?
So let us continue with. So this cupping therapy prevents the lymphatic obstruction.
இன்னொன்னு இதுக்கு நாம என்ன செய்ய முடியும் சொல்லு? அங்க தண்ணி இல்லாதங்காட்டி நம்ம இதுல ஃபுல்லா தண்ணி இறங்குது.
Technical person from AMU, please
இந்த வாய்க்கா அந்த
mute
வழி இல்லாதங்காட்டி
Karthika's
தண்ணி
mic.
போறதுக்கு
She's disturbing others.
கல்ல கட்டி வச்சுட்டாங்கல்ல, பார்டர் கட்டி.
Anybody
அங்க வாய்க்கா தானே வரணும் அந்த இடத்துல.
from AMU technical person?
हेलो मैम, मजहर भाई को कॉल किया जाए।
I'm calling.
Okay, ma'am, you can continue. I think so, yes.
जी मैम।
ये एक किसी का माइक ऑन है, तो कोई ऐसे कार्तिक है, उसको बंद कर दीजिए। So it is being done, and coming back to the cupping therapy I was talking about, it addresses the lymphatic system of the body, and we those who I don't know how many of you are from medical background, and if not, so then it's very easy to understand and comprehend that lymphatic system is very important for the maintenance of the health, as it improves the cardiac health, heart health, it protects liver and kidney, it improves health of the skin and hair, and it prevents early graying, premature graying. These days we see that the gray hairs now they don't have any relationship with the age. Everybody is complaining of premature aging and premature graying. So this aspect is also addressed by lymphatic system. If it is lymphatic system is very healthy and is uninterrupted, that it ultimately affect all these health issues. It prevents arthritis, it maintains blood pressure level, it reverses insulin resistance, very important in Indian scenario, and it prevents tumors in malignant sites and maintain hormonal balance. A lot of diseases you are aware of are due to the abnormal or the inequilibrium in hormonal level. So whichever regimen, whichever treatment addresses lymphatic system, ultimately definitely will address all these problems and will be useful in addressing and managing all these health conditions. So it is very similar to drainage system. Lymph nodes empty the morbid. So let me skip this. So in our body, as we have heart as a pumping factor, heart pump karta hai blood ko, but no pump or lymphatic system. The heart for lymphatic system is present. Several other factors influence lymphatic movement. The filling of a lymph segment causes it to contract, which pumps the lymph into next segment. So by cupping therapy, we can allow the lymphatic system to flow in a very healthy manner, preventing all these kinds of diseases to happen. So this JAMA therapy, it releases local toxins, it stimulates lymphatic system, it clears blockage and stagnant circulation, it improves immunity of the body as a whole, it reduces skin infections, especially cellulitis, it has got anti-aging effect and helps regain the rejuvenated skin and appearance. Again, noise is coming. Zia, please block those mics.
Vani Mageshwari, mute your device, ma. Participants, please mute your devices. And it improves the patency of veins, arteries, and capillaries. So, anything which is maintaining the patency of all these microvasculature, ultimately it releases the toxins and have the contributing effect to the holistic health.
So it is helpful in migraine, chronic headache, backache, neck pain, shoulder, arthritis, and a number of diseases, so and migraine and gynecological problems. Lifestyle management emerges as the most common health determinant and modifiable risk factor, and therefore lifestyle modification is the mainstay of the management of almost all diseases.
Excuse me, ma'am. The
Yes.
technical person from AMU, you can mute all mics.
I'm asking. जितने भी माइक्स हैं सबको म्यूट कर दीजिए जी. So there is a rise in the lifestyle diseases, how ultra-processed food impact health. It increases in diabetes incidence, obesity, heart disease, and hypertension. It refined carbohydrates. Everyone is aware about. We take refined carbohydrate in terms of bread, blood sugar spikes, and diabetes risk. And trans fat, very lethal, very morbid. Heart disease, inflammation is caused by trans fat. All kind of chips and French, fries, finger chips that we are very used to, especially children like it. So it is containing trans fat, and that is why childhood obesity is very common these days. And Government of India has raised an alarm, and it has raised a red flag that by 2025, more than 3/4 of Indian population will be afflicted with obesity. And obesity means not only obesity, but heart disease, diabetes, liver disorders, thyroid dysfunction, polycystic ovary disease, and so many, and musculoskeletal problems. So we have to very much aware about. They have almost declared as an epidemic, like COVID sort of thing. So this increased weight is the mother of all evils. So trans fats, whatever is containing, is going to affect the body's overall health and causing inflammation in general. And artificial preservatives that are very much in use through hotels and then outside eateries, because it gut health issues and cancer. We are aware that a number of cancers and new diseases are coming to notice, which were not earlier. And different kind of cancer is very much on rise in India. The reason being, we are using, because many of you I can hear from South India. South Indian diet is very much balanced, and we use our own spices like clove and this black pepper. Everything is very healthy. But what kind of preservatives, what kind of condiments and spices they are using, Indians are not accustomed with. Indian kitchen is not used to of those spices. Monosodium glutamate, MSG, that we call it Majinomoto, and similarly several other similar food additives, food preservatives, taste enhancers, aroma enhancers products are being added to food, and ultimately causing very serious effect on health in terms of malignancy, in terms of chronic constipation, in terms of allergies, allergic reactions, and obesity. And obesity is never coming alone. It is coming with multiple disorders. So we have to think twice our eating choices. The fast food epidemic is a direct consequence of British food colonization. So now India is, earlier it was a time that India was colonized by Britishers, but now again India is getting colonized, and this time it is the food industry, because we are mindlessly adopting eating habits from foreign countries and from European countries, because we are very in the habit of slavery. We are mental slave to them. We don't appreciate that India has got very diverse kind of food. Dosa is available, idli is available, and Punjabi khana is available. Bengali khana is also very tasty. And Northeast food is also very healthy and diverse. So what is the need of adopting exotic food habits, but which we are not accustomed with. And similarly, the father of medicine, Hippocrates, was once asked that tell the the qualities of the best food. So he said best food must have three qualities. Number one is it has to be local. When the food is local, then there is no need for preservatives. It will be definitely fresh because it is local. And then the second quality he told about, it has to be seasonal. And it is very apt that we must choose our eating items as per the season, because we have diverse season. We have winter, summer, spring. So we cannot eat the similar kind of thing throughout the year. So we have to choose and pick food items according to the season. So he told the second quality of best food as the seasonal. Food has to be seasonal. And the third quality he told about, the ideal food is the traditional. Food has to be traditional. And the younger generation and Gen Z, they're trying to cut the roots from tradition, and they want to follow the Western countries and exotic people. So what is the need of eating a pizza or a pasta we are not familiar with? Traditionally, we are not accustomed with. We have variety of food items. We have variety of taste in our own country. We have many kind of sweets available here that no other country can have. So what is the need? We are self-sufficient when it comes to kitchen. So it reminds me of aroma of the South Indian food. Oh, it's very tasty. So what is the need of eating pasta and pizza and eating refined carbohydrates? So this time again, India is getting colonized, and at this time it is the food industry that we mindlessly opting and choosing. And then urban supermarkets, the supermarkets and departmental stores are further adding to the problem by providing free access to all those exotic food items that were not easily available in the traditional market. So this is a very important point to again see, and then what we want ourselves. What do we want to be called as modern, or we like to be tied to our traditions? So food must have three qualities for as best food. Number one, it has to be local, it has to be seasonal, and it has to be traditional. So जो हम खाते आए हैं, जो हमारे parents, जो हमारे forefathers, that is very much appropriate for us. And this is called as therapeutic diet. In Unani system of medicine, we have a very established concept of therapeutic diet, that is Ilaj-Bit-Tadbeer or through diet. So the fundamental principle of Unani medicine emphasizing the use of diet as a means of prevention and treatment of diseases. And this is very important, especially in present scenario where we are always trying something different. Always the culture of eating out is becoming very common, and it has become a status symbol how often we go to eat outside and which restaurant. So this is very mindless activity. I would say that we should be very we should take caution to choose our diet or choose our food if it focuses on the idea that food can be both nourishment and medicine, helping maintain health and restore balance in the body. And this concept is a crucial aspect of Unani medicine that highlights the power of food as a therapeutic tool, because diabetes is also cannot be treated, it can only be managed, and food is a very integral part of management. Similarly, hypertension cannot be treated, it can only be managed, and the food is a very integral part of management. Thyroid problem is also it doesn't have any cure. It can only be managed, and food again is a very important integral part of management plan. And similarly, so many hormonal problems, musculoskeletal problems, obesity, all are addressed majorly by the choice of the food that we are eating every day. Once in a while it's okay, but what we are doing every day is our habit, and it is impacting our health. So it highlights the power of food as a therapeutic tool in all kind of lifestyle disorders, even in insomnia. When so many people complain of not getting sleep or adequate sleep or the good quality of sleep during night. So this is also due to the delayed eating, late parties, late marriage parties, and we forgot our tradition that earlier in India, traditionally people used to eat before the dusk. So at around 7 and at max 8 p.m. One should not eat after 8 p.m. But what we are doing today, we are eating very late, and this is again a ticket to enter into the diabetic pool because insulin resistance is very low. So the late we eat, it is again going to get collected in our body in the form of fat, causing fatty liver. So it is always good to have food late evening or at max till 8 p.m. And if you are not able to get your food, so it is better not to eat food at all. And by choosing the right diet, individuals can prevent diseases, maintain health, and support overall well-being naturally and potentially effectively. So fundamental aspect of healing through Ilaj-Bil-Ghiza or holistic healing is natural and safe approach. It uses natural food items rather than synthetic drugs, reducing the risk of side effects. It promotes a holistic healing process without harming the body's natural system. Helps in maintaining overall health by well-being by providing essential nutrients, strengthens the immune system and prevents disease before they occur. Or sometimes hypertensive. So a little change, a little modification in the dietary pattern, in the dietary choices, and in the level of physical activity, they can be prevented into entering into the full-fledged diabetic or hypertensive pool. And another another bad impact of this is lot of burden is there on the healthcare system. Doctors are very overburdened in government hospitals. So if we can prevent them from getting full-fledged diabetes, from full-fledged hypertension by intervention in diet itself, by intervention in the lifestyle itself, to follow a disciplined life, so they can be prevented. Therefore, the health burden can also be reduced. And balancing the humors in Unani medicine, it depends on the balance of the 4 humors. Again, these humors remain in balance by maintaining a disciplined life. So specific food helps regulate these humors and preventing imbalances that can lead to different kind of diseases. Then treatment of diseases. If अगर हो ही गई है treatment disease, तो उसका treatment भी food is again a very important part of treatment. Personalized and holistic approach support other treatment, and economic and accessible. These traditionally available medicine or traditionally traditionally acceptable or traditionally used regimen, they are very economic as well as accessible and are agreeable to the body. Food-based treatment is more affordable compared to expensive pharmaceutical drugs. Easily available food items make it accessible for all the socio-economic groups. So the modern food industry, antithetical to health, rise of ultra-processed food. Contemporary food industry, heavily processed, ready to eat, high in added hidden sugar, trans fat. And India, one problem is that the packaging and the label reading, they never print what is inside the packaging. So many things are hidden, trans fat and artificial additives contributing to rise of obesity, diabetes, and heart diseases. And marketing strategies, aggressive advertising, especially targeting children, normalize unhealthy eating habits, and promote fast food and sugary drinks. The sugary drinks like all kind of juices. What is the need of juice when one can eat orally? So this juice is not at all healthy. Rather, it provides empty calories. Empty calories means there is no nutrition, only calories, and it leads to several kind of deficiencies like calcium deficiency, mineral deficiency, but it adding to the calories, leading to obesity or the abnormal body weight, shifting people from nature to the whole food. So nutritional misinformation, labeling techniques बहुत खराब हैं. Labeling techniques are very misleading, very misguiding. Health wasting, emotional appeals, and celebrity endorsement. Celebrities endorse sometimes a very bad choice. So this is not good thing to follow, and one must be aware, and we need to sensitize masses regarding this. So shift away from traditional and healthy eating habits. Supermarkets promote packaged foods over fresh home-cooked meals. This has led to decline in the consumption of traditional nutrient-rich diet, increasing the risk of lifestyle. Many people are moving away from nutrition home-cooked meals to fast food Western lifestyle diet, leading to nutritional deficiencies and lack of fiber and excessive consumption of refined grains contribute to digestive problems and poor gut health. Everybody is complaining of chronic digestion and then ultimately carcinoma, that is cancer of intestine, cancer of colon, cancer of liver. These cancers are becoming very common. So take home messages. Holistic health is nothing but a way of life or attitude towards life. Choice is yours. Health is precious. Holistic health is acquiring the culture of the self-care to promote health by making healthy lifestyle choices. Superfluous medication should be avoided, or self-medication is a very harmful thing, and as far as possible, natural means should be opted first. Dietotherapy and other health promoting regimens that are conducive for the promotion of health should be adopted, and adherence to the 6 essential factors that I talked about, that are the prerequisite for apical health. Holistic health is not found, it is created and it is earned. So we have to, I just wanted to put this message across, as your health is very precious. It is not available anywhere, and just you have to be very extra cautious about maintaining and sustaining your health. So thank you very much for patient listening. I think if I'm able to convince few of you, I think my task is done. So over to Madam Maktuma.
Yes, ma'am. Participants, would you like to ask any questions related to your health or the holistic health? Can you give some tips for PCOD problem?
Yes. PCOD problem is very common in young girls. The main reason, there are multiple reasons are there. So for thinking of management, we think to the cause first. We have to address the cost. So PCOD is very the main problem is the abnormal this body weight. Obesity is becoming very common in young girls, so one has to be very much cautious about maintaining ideal weight. And the other is the eating outside. One has to be very much cautious about हेल्दी चॉइसेस. ट्रांस फैट होगा, ये सब होगा, तो इससे बहुत ज्यादा जो है वो अनहेल्दी बॉडी वेट हो जाएगा एंड हार्मोनल इम्बैलेंस होता है. So treatment is a combination of medication and other supportive therapy to manage system, and never jump over the हार्मोनल ऑप्शंस. डॉक्टर्स प्रिस्क्राइब कर देते हैं हार्मोनल, तो वो बहुत बात की बात है. थिंक ऑफ द हार्मोनल ट्रीटमेंट इन द लास्ट. Main is the best treatment for polycystic ovary disease is a comprehensive approach involving lifestyle changes that I talked about, keeping an ideal weight, and then regular exercise, जो कि आजकल नहीं करते हैं बच्चे. फिजिकल एक्टिविटी इज वेरी कॉम्प्रोमाइज, सो वन हैज टू थिंक ऑफ regular physical activity, balanced diet, and this is the crucial part. Then again is there several plant-based estrogen available, जो कि हम कहते हैं कि एस्ट्रोजन की जरूरत होती है तो प्लांट बेस्ड, जैसे कि सोयाबीन है, सोयाबीन में काफी फाइटो एस्ट्रोजन होता है. फाइटो एस्ट्रोजन इज वेरी हेल्पफुल इन दिस. सो keeping these things, and then tofu is also a healthy option, but we have to curtail definitely on the refined carbohydrates, refined fats, and artificially sweetened beverages like cold drinks and juices, different kind of juices. These are very unhealthy, and I think this unhealthy lifestyle, overweight, staying late at night, irregular sleep habits, जो हमारी बॉडी का एक डायरनल क्लॉक होता है, इसे ना सर्केडियन क्लॉक कहते हैं. तो हमें नींद आती है, पता होता है जैसे रात होती है, as it starts getting dusk, the body starts releasing certain hormones. Melatonin is responsible for when we feel sleepy. So it starts releasing from the body as after 7 p.m. 6 p.m. and we keep on working rigorously. That means we are driving a bike or a motorized vehicle, and then we are giving accelerator and pushing the brake also. So this is the way we are abusing our body. So we have to be very much we have to listen and in accordance of the body's clock. जब हम रात में होते हैं तो हमें नींद ऑटोमेटिकली आती है और we becomes lethargic. So and similarly staying sleeping till late in the morning is also responsible. So one has to be very cautious about your sleeping and waking time, and keeping ideal weight, having home cooked simple diet, not going through by the choice of your taste buds, and avoiding all sort of processed food, processed sugars, and natural and herbal drugs.
Thank you, ma'am. Participants, would you like to ask any questions or queries?
सी मैंने वो पीसीओडी के बारे में आप पूछ रहे थे. पीसीओडी आप देखिए तो इट इज 99% इट इज सीन इन ओबीज गर्ल्स, जो लड़कियां मोटी होती हैं, जो ओवरवेट होती हैं. तो इफ यू द बेस्ट वे इज टू कीप द बॉडी वेट at ideal level. It is always better to be on the normal, the lowest margin of the normal level, because there should be some margin to get extra weight as the age advances. So one has to take very much care about weight.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.